Waterways tail bag review! The Waterways bag I ordered arrived. We're gonna try to stuff these tails in there. This tail has the Mermaid linden monofin in it, so it will affect how it fits in here. I got one of these that has the padding on it, and then I got one of the regular ones with no padding. So we'll kind of compare and contrast and see which one works best. My overall impression is that they are large on my tiny frame. There. I'm a fairly small person. My butterfly wings. But sturdily built. I always look for good bags that have little loops at the top. Okay, let's put in these Finfolk fabric tails. I'll lay it out on top. Here's in comparison to the bag. Well, that's nice. Let's see. Of course, the fabrics bend easily, but it doesn't turn into like a little folded fortune cookie, which is kind of nice. The bags I've made by myself kind of fold because they don't really have much rigidity and they're too thick. But this thing fits in well. I could probably even fit my dragon heart in there too. So let's give that a try. The one thing I will note is that the zipper does not come all the way down the side. It only opens in the top. If you need to pull something in and out delicately, I recommend probably wrapping a towel around the bottom and then up around by the top so you can pull the towel out, and that will more evenly distribute the weight that you're pulling on your fin. Oh look! They match! Yay! This one does not have a monofin in it, so it's going to be a little bit more happy to bend. Okay. It's easy. Fit two in. No problemo. And there's tons of space. Like in this little compartment here, you can put easily put, like, it's huge. It also has a shoulder strap for those who have good backs. So that's the one that's padded. I have one that's not padded here, and it's a pretty, it's a lot floppier, I'll just say that. We'll try putting the tails, these two tails in this one. Okay, I'll put it in this one. This is a standard, this is just a standard bag. This one, here's the heavy duty. I'd say if you're going to be transporting fabric tails, you probably only need the regular one, honestly. Going to be transporting something a little bit bigger and heavier like a silicone, or maybe like a mythic, over here, like this. You might want to go with like the heavy duty, just to have the extra protection. But the vinyl of the like at least the Finfolk fabric tails seem to hold the rigidity of this bag just fine. Okay, now let's give them a try with the mythic. I'll do this one. Mythic. So my plan for when I use these for mythics will be, they're a little bit more fragile. I don't want to like tug on them. So my plan for the mythics is to, and I do this when I transport them after getting them wet in other bags, is to essentially make a little mythic taco. There. That's funny. You can do this with like a yoga mat or really anything else. Is where having the bag open further would be really useful. The towel kind of also helps it slip in better without disturbing the scales, which is pretty nice. So, you can kind of see in here. Can you? Can you see in there? There's the body and the fluke. And I like to put always the fluke against my back. Ta-da! Oh, squats. The mythic does kind of concentrate more of the weight like at the bottom because the scales are so heavy. It's like more of the weight's here, so it kind of pulls on the straps more. Okay. And we'll pull it out. Yeah. This is where the towel comes in handy. First, you have to fish out the bottom part of the towel. Bottom part. And then the top part of the towel. Only one beautiful piece. So this is a Fantasy 1. It's on the outside. Yeah, it's perfectly. It's big. Lots of space. I'd almost say this bag is too big for this fin. This fin has so much flap, you can literally just like throw it in a backpack and head out with it. So I'd say probably just stick with that if you have this tail. But what about the Fantasy 2? Okay. The Fantasy 2. This is a nice size. I often have a hard time carrying this fin in a lot of other bags because it's so gloriously floppy. I'm always worried it's gonna catch on the more delicate parts of the silicone. So I'm usually very careful. Let's try it. Plenty of beautiful floppy space. Oh! So much flap. Okay. But it works out well. You got like tons of space. You can put like 3 tails in here. I'd say you could definitely put like a Finfolk fabric and a Fantasy 2 into one of these bags easily. You pop all your towels. I don't know about you, but I'm like a mermaid that brings like 5 towels every time I go swimming. I really like my towels. It'll be nice to have a way to carry my Fantasy 2 that is not in an IKEA bag. It'll do really well for what it is intended for. It also is kind of nice. It has little drainage holes at the bottom. See here? So if it does get wet on the inside, that's a-okay. I'll probably not ever use the shoulder strap, just because I have a bad shoulder, so shoulder strap's gonna hurt for me personally. But kind of a handle to grab it is really nice to have on both this side here and off the top. You can also hang it up like in the locker room. What I might do is make myself some pads for the straps, because the straps, they're pretty thin. And if you're carrying around like a 30-pound tail, you probably want to. Thanks for watching.